has it shifted? What have you seen?
The shift in men, I feel as though, especially like 20 years ago, men do not feel responsible for caring for a woman. It's almost like the women are responsible for the men. It's going against the natural order of things because women now are higher earning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're making money. I've always made money. I've never been the type that was didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew up. You know, I was 27 years as a hairstylist. Back in the 90s and the early 2000s, we were like the celebrities of our, you know, of our little group. And we made money. And so I've always made money. I had a great career in hair. And I've always attracted and engaged with men with money. And back then, they were really generous. In the 90s, early 2000s, men, it seemed like it made them feel like a man. It made them feel good to take care of a woman. Even if you are, you know, making money, it was just like, man, I got this boss chick. I done bought her this and that. He was proud. Fast forward to now, those men feel like, why would I do that for you? What are you bringing to the table? You know,
I'm gonna ask you a question about that. Do you think that's their mama fault or their daddy? Those young men, if you had to pick, I know we don't know. Do you think their mamas made them like that or their daddies, or what do you think?
That your parents have nothing to do with the adult that you decided to be. Okay? You know, and that's a lot of the women and, you know, that follow me, they always talk about the mamas.
Yeah.
And they talk about and try to blame the parents. If that was the case, my father was a drug addict. My mother enabled his habits. So if we want to talk about parents and blaming them, I should be way worse off than I am. But I'm not.
So we all have a choice.
Absolutely.
So you're saying since we have choices, I think why do you think that the men now have shifted to that asking women what they bring to the table? What caused that?
I'll be honest with you, a lot of women don't want to take accountability for what they've created. Because there now it's just the ratio of having more women to men. But the women, you can have one woman that's going to stand on business and not tolerate it, but you'll have 10 more that will.
That's true.
So the desperation of women, especially women making a lot of money, women who are high earning women, they don't really have a lot to choose from. And then a lot of times those high earning women are in their masculine energy.
I agree. How has it
right now? The worst thing that one of today's women can tell a man is that he's marriage material. It's disrespectful. It's basically what she's telling you is that you are the last place finisher. And let me explain myself. There was a time in the history, we can go back 100+ years ago, when the price of sex was marriage. This was under this evil patriarchy that they say, where you had to literally, okay, whether there be arranged marriages or what. I'm not talking about those individuals who go down to the brothels and other, you know, wherever else. I'm talking about in normal society, it was considered distasteful women to be promiscuous, unless he was a 304 selling whatever they sold, because that's the oldest profession in the block. In the world. Whatever they did down in Sodom, they stayed down there. But for the average, everyday run-of-the-mill people, they respected and valued marriage. And in this quote-unquote evil patriarchal society they talk about, men protected their daughters against getting ran through. So that was the price. Women wanted to change that. They wanted to be like men. Sexual liberation, feminism, penis envy. They wanted to be, all right, we're going to have sex without any repercussion, as much as we want. Men push back against this. First of all, the majority of men are not running through women. Maybe the 10%, maybe the 15%, maybe the 20%, maybe the man who they choose. What she neglects to understand is all of those men of her past, none of them chose her. And all of them smashed. So whatever that guy that she gets with, he's getting the leftovers. He's getting all that trauma. He's getting, she's been folded, molded, pounded, viciously turned over and pounded vigorously hard. It's like the women that get on the celibacy movement. I respect women changing their life. But you've been ran. I mean, wouldn't it be better just to be celibate before you give your body away to a man? That would probably be more respectful. You know what I mean? Or maybe give the best to men when you're younger. Give the best men, the most squared away, these good marriage material men, your body as a virgin, maybe, for marriage, exchange. Hey, look, I'm a virgin, protected under the yield. My father is going to vet the man that you marry and have a relationship with. Maybe men will respect that more. But you're coming to the market shaming men for not giving you relationships or marriage. Forget marriage, but your box is blown out. You've been having sex with men without commitment. So all these men has had sex with you without paying the price of marriage. Now you're going to tell this man, the good guy, the price for you is marriage when you gave away your body to all these men without charging. Marriage is a hell of a price to pay for access to high mileage box. That's a hell of a price. And that's what these women don't realize. It is almost disrespectful nowadays when they come on the internet talking about, I saw that interview that one time with Cam Newton in that 304 shaming Cam on the stage with her boobs out and everything else. Talking about, well, he's not creating families. Well, why isn't she creating any families? Women have, especially when they're younger in their 20s, they don't talk about that till they over in their 30s. They've enjoyed sexual liberation. They've ran through the basketball team, the football team. I used to be on the basketball team, so I know how they move. It's not like you're talking to some guy. See, this is the difference between, guys like me know the deal. Most men that have experience in life understand the deal. Married men are getting the leftovers nowadays. Not all. Not all. If these old women wanted to help and fix the situation, they would be out here mentoring these young girls that in their teenage years, encourage them to stay virgins, don't give away their body, don't be out here only fansing it up and get indulging in this sexual liberation. No, they won't do it because they're competing. They're single and they're competing with the 21-year-old version of themselves. They're not going to give these young women game. In fact, they're encouraging them to go, oh, there, girl, enjoy your labor, date all these men, have sex and enjoy yourself. And again, we've come to the point right now where it's the exploitation of the simp. Not even the simp, just the guy that they wouldn't date when they were their 20s, early 20s. I'm gonna stop calling guys simps, to be honest with you. They're just victims these guys ready to get exploited. Because if the woman wouldn't date you in her 20s, she don't really dig you now. It's just a money grab. At this point, it's the retirement plan. At this point, it's just a security blanket. And you're going to end up in a sexless situation and disrespected and abused anyhow. So this is the situation that we're dealing with in the modern dating era. They're shaming men all over the place because it's a collapse of the simp economy. Dudes aren't, even the simps are having requirements now. Like, all right, well, they playing this mind game. They can't be direct. So they're still they're holding on to the fake friend shit and all the other stuff. But they're doing all these things, trying to get box and whatever else. But they're still not committing. Even the simps aren't really committing. But women don't want the simps anyhow. But it's a dirty game out here. But the fundamental problem that we see in society is this. Go back to sexual liberation. Sexual liberation changed everything. The reality is that if you get to the point where you're giving away your body without the price of marriage, the whole system collapses. Period. Because then what man who respects himself? That's like when women say to a man, the next man is going to be my husband. Well, hold on here. So you're telling me you let all these dudes pound for free or without charging them marriage? And now you're going to charge me marriage? Kick rocks. It's like disrespectful. It's like when women, if I see women like the women talking about sex in front of men and all that shit, you're goofy as hell. The men be laughing in your face. In the back of their mind, they're thinking you were your boxing worth nothing. You ain't worth nothing. You're just a hit and run. If that guy hit and run, he didn't have to pay for marriage. Why would the next guy want to pay for marriage? when he didn't charge the 30 men before him? I mean, unless he's an absolute fool. Well, that's the problem with sexual liberation. You see, men did not create this. The average man did not create this sexual marketplace. Feminists created. You want to say the 1% men or whatever that help sponsor feminists? Okay, we'll concede to that. But this is an environment created by feminism. The best time to explore these virtues or whatever else is when you're young. Don't get ran through, but these old women won't help them. The old women will not help the young women. They won't. Because they ain't going to listen to men. Why would they listen to men? They'll listen to panda bears, liars, people that tell them lies. But they created this marketplace. But they want men to be traditional, and they only want to be under men's wallets. If you think some lifelong feminist is going to get in the house and listen to your ass, you're crazy. They only want to be under men's wallet because it's expensive out here. It's inflation out here. Many of them getting old and they're losing their beauty and whatever. They've already experienced all that pounding for years. I mean, that's some serious pounding. Whew. Anyhow, that's some serious pounding. And you're getting the trauma from that bullshit? That's why dudes are not marrying them when dudes are like sitting on the sideline. Not only that, you look at the divorce laws, the child custody issues, and women just checking out of marriage and getting bored with all this distraction and social media. They don't talk about that shit. Now they try to just man up. You guys are not being honorable. No, what you're selling these men is trash. Guys that literally have to be scrap sexuals today, getting the leftovers, eating out the bottom of the bin, because y'all chose sexual liberation. Y'all chose getting your boxes blown out, pounded, heavily pounded. My guys, my size. I'm like 6'7", 6'8". Guys like us who was on the basketball team, smashed and blown out. And then you're going to pass it to the average guy, try and get him. You're going to get bored. They're going to get bored. That's what they're doing. That's why you need guys like me in this space. I don't blame these guys for saying, hell no, I don't want that ran through box. You dudes from the basketball team and the football team, y'all ain't gonna pass that shit to me. That's one assist you can hit to the ground. Like, yo, hell no, I don't want that assist. And that's the problem. You need to bring some type of order back to the system. Whereas, you can't be giving dudes a bunch of leftover shit to eat. Even me, only difference being like me is I can reach further down the trash can than you, maybe. But we're still eating trash. Who's winning in this sexually liberated market? We're all trash can dating, eating leftovers, bullshit, getting gaslit by ran through burnt out women. Well, I ain't getting gaslit. I just play the game with them. I'll be like, oh yeah? Oh wow. You found Jesus? Oh wow. Great. I see that you're changing your life. In the back of my mind, I'm like, this motherfucker have like about 50 bodies on her. Damn. Some simp is going to sign up for this bullshit and get tortured. Maybe even get his bank's accounts cleaned out and lose a house, his car. She out there getting stroked by some dude she really want because your ass bore her. That's what you're dealing with out here, man. That's the truth. Sexual liberation ruined every damn thing for marriage and traditional family. So you would have to reset. It'd have to be an apocalyptic reset to stop these women from getting pounded out in their youth and then trying to give the leftovers to the men when they get older. That's what they're doing. They're trying to pass over the leftovers to men when they're in their 30s. They've been getting burnt out for the last 12, 15 years. And then they virtue signal on the internet about why are men not being men? Men are not spending money. Because you giving away box for free. If they see that dude over there smacking you in terms of, pounding you out, and he isn't paying, he's getting that shit, and he's not paying the price of marriage. A man is going to calculate in his hand like, whoa, 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 whoa. That dude hit for free? Well, shit. Who is he that I can't get the same deal? They gonna try and get the same deal. You might go, well, you're not like him. You're not good looking like him. Well, you're not rich like. Dudes don't give a rat's ass. They're like, I ain't trying to pay more than that dude paying. That's like that. That's like you saying somebody, if you go to, I'm not, no, I'm just making an analogy. Ladies, I don't refer to you as no car or anything. That's disrespectful. But I'm just saying, you think if you want to bought a car and somebody charge some other dude 20 grand for that car, and then the next dude come along, you're gonna try and charge that dude 100 grand for the same car that other dude before paid 20 grand for? He's not gonna pay unless he's an absolute loser or bum, and you don't want those men. So that destroys the whole dating market, because we're dealing with highly used goods. It's really that simple. Stop getting pounded out. Keep your legs closed. Protect your vagina like a man protects the man you want, protects his last name. That'll correct the whole sexual marketplace. Stop having sex. Period. I will support it. Close your legs before you get blown out. Don't wait till you get 50 bodies, then close your legs. Close it at 0 bodies. And then have a man in your life vet the man, a respectable man in your family, a masculine man, not a simp. Vet the man you want to be with. Don't talk to these women. Don't talk to these panda bears. Have a man you respect. A masculine man. Vet the man you want to be with. Otherwise, you're just talking in the wind. Like me, I know women are not going to listen to me. But anyhow, this is entertainment. My mentality is and that's just an apocalyptic reset. Let these wild horses run free. Every once in a while, a dude might jump and mount one of them, take a ride. Guys, make sure you hit the like button. But the deal they're offering is a trash deal. That's why men won't take the deal, because you're operating with blown out box. And dudes are not signing up their whole life to a woman that's been sexually liberated and heavily pounded by a small percentage of men, maybe 15% of the men. And it is what it is. Peace and blessing to you guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. But this is a circle. It's watching hamster in a wheel. The conversation is stale. Yeah. Why don't you just... Yeah. Anyhow. I'm out. Hit the like button.